Hey everyone, welcome to Jetersblessings. Today I'm making a Juneteenth wreath with this beautiful sign from Craft Outlet. I already stapled on a couple of pipe cleaners to the back. Now I'm taking this 14-inch wreath frame from the Dollar Tree, and here I'm showing you the two crossbars, one in each hand, and in between it makes a section. So the two inner rings that you see me working with here, I apply one pipe cleaner, and then on the two outer rings I apply two pipe cleaners. Now what I like to do as I'm adding the pipe cleaners along, just to help while I'm attaching the deco mesh, is I like to place the outer two pipe cleaners going downward and the 6 pipe cleaners that go in the inner two rings going upward towards the center. This just helps me as I'm putting my deco mesh on. I like to work from the outside 2 rings into the inner rings. And that's just preference, but you could work outside in or inside out. So I've got this beautiful fabric mesh, and it's from Craft Outlet too. I've got these cut at I believe 30 inches. And here I'm doing a cruffle method where I roll up one side 2 or 3 times, put a little clip on it, and then I do the same to the opposite side. And then I walk my fingers up the middle, and then I just scrunch the middle, keeping my hands firmly there. That way I place it right on top of the pipe cleaner, and that typically allows me to put it in the center. I'm a little OCD, so if I have one of the ends of mesh going a little crazy where it's not right in the middle, I will undo it and make sure it's centered. So this is what really helps me, since I already have the center lined up, and it's really easy when you have mesh that has stripes or most patterns such as this. Now I'll place one cruffle into each pipe cleaner, and as you see, it's already looking pretty full with just 2 of them in there, and there's the third one. So these wreath frames go from about, let's see, 14 inches. And so I typically will measure my completed wreath from the ends of my ribbon tails. And I cut my ribbon tails at 14 inches. So my wreaths come out to about 22 inches in diameter. So they're pretty nice, big, full wreaths. So with the extra deco mesh that I had left over, I cut 18 strips at 10 inches. So these are 10 by 10 squares. And as you see me doing here, I know it's going pretty fast, but all I'm doing is rolling it up into a pretty wide curl. I try to leave it the natural. I don't like to make them really tight. But they're pretty nice sized. And then I attach one of these into each of the pipe cleaners as well, and that completely takes up 2 rolls of deco mesh with nothing left over, and that's how I like it. So here I have my ribbon sets. I've got all the ribbons from Craft Outlet. I love that multicolor yellow, red, and green. And I just paired it up with a 1.5 inch ribbon along with a yellow and along with a red. So every other one every other tie is going to have the 2.5-inch multicolor ribbon. And then one tie is going to have the yellow, the next is going to have the red, then the yellow, so on and so forth, until the wreath is completely covered with the tails. Now, I do believe I cut 16 tails, sets of tails, and that is because 12 go completely around the outer edge where I'm at now. And then on the inner edge, if you remember, we had 6 ties in the center. So we're going to put a bow on here. We're actually going to put a couple bows on here, and then the sign. So I still want tails to come out where the sign is, and you'll see that. We'll see it here in a little bit. But the areas that I'm going to have 2 big bows at, we don't need to put the tails in there because those are just going to get lost in the ribbon bow. In the bows. But yes, I just pinch it in the middle, and I take my hand and curve both ends. I like to have my ribbon tails to have a little curve to it. If you want them to stick out straight, that is perfectly up to you. But my preference is to have a curl or a little bit of a curvature with the ribbon tails. And I did forget to, I don't know what I was thinking when I originally cut the sets. I cut them and I was too short, so I had to cut 2 additional ribbon set tails. And for the 1.5-inch, I just cut them at an angle, and then for the 2.5-inch, I cut them at a dovetail. And I'm speeding this up because this is just me feeding the pipe cleaner through the deco mesh and attaching it to the wreath. And there I just showed you kind of cutting it off. Cutting the excess mesh off and tucking it under into the deco mesh. So here I'm going to start making my bows. And I'll make 2 bows that are the same. And I start off with 8-inch tail that I went ahead and dovetailed. And then I start off with 6-inch loops. Now I think I put a total of 2 sets of loops and tails for each color. So I have this multicolor, then I have like either the red or the yellow, and then I have the opposite one, and then I go back with the multicolor, I believe. But I do make 2 sets the same. Now I went ahead and trimmed off my tails. You don't have to. I thought I would kind of try to do it a little bit here while I could. That way sometimes they get lost in my when I've already got it attached, and sometimes I don't see that I had forgot one or missed one until later. So on the other bow, I started with the multicolor, then I went with the red and then the yellow. So I just did the opposite of the 2 1.5-inch ribbons here for the other bow. And I don't show making that. It's the same as making this one. And then this one did not. So what I did actually, and I didn't show myself doing it, is when I'm going to make 2 bows, and I know that I just unravel everything that's left on a 10-yard spool. So, and then I use half of it on one bow and half of it on the other bow. So with these bows, I didn't have enough to make 2 tails, 2 loops, basically the same as the first set of loops and tails that I put down. I only had enough, but I only had enough to just do tails. So I thought, hey, that's great. It'll at least allow me to use a little bit more. So what I did is I just kind of measured out 2 8-inch tails with the multicolor, and I just tucked it in there in the middle, and I use it just to have the extra color in there in variation, and then I continue on. So this here is going to be my last set of loops and tails, and as you could probably notice that as I kept adding the loops and tails, the tail size stayed the same, but the loops were getting smaller and smaller. So then I just take a pipe cleaner and I wrap it around. I'm making sure I pinch really tightly up under my thumb, and then here I'm pinching all of the ribbon pretty tight to make it flat, as flat as I can, to get the pipe cleaner on there pretty tight. And then so I'm going to place one ribbon here at the upper left corner, and then I'll place another bow at the bottom right corner. Oh, tongue-tied. And here I'm just finding something to attach it to. I normally try to either use a crossbar, or if I don't have the crossbar, then I definitely try to use 2 of the rings, the wire rings, just to give it a little bit more sturdy. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Just so it'll be on there a little bit more sturdy. And then here's just this fluffing process. I make sure that I am trying to move all the colors around, and then and fluff out each of the loops. But then as you see right there with my hand, I kind of try to give those tails a nice curve with my hand. And that just adds to the fullness of the bow. Here I am, I'm trimming away some of those tails. They were a little bit too long. I don't like to have too much of my tails covering the sign, because I don't want to cover too much of it up. But this is how it turned out. I think it's beautiful. The colors are fabulous, and I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you guys have a very blessed week.